under the apple tree.
Hey Internet! Hello! Welcome to SHMaKS 5! Today, we are going to be talking about shipping.
Shipping is a term derived from the word relationship. And it refers to a person's hope or support for a certain relationship. Now, they can already be together or they cannot be together, and either way you ship them.
It. So, you guys might know this from the idea of teams that came up in the popular series Twilight. The idea of Team Edward or Team Jacob, which relationship you support Bella being in. With shipping, you get into combined names.
Some examples of combined named ships would include Casket, Castle and Beckett from the TV show Castle. Swarkles, Swarley and Sparkles, referring to Barney Stinson and Robin Scherbatsky on How I Met Your Mother.
So along with that, you can have ships that are canon or non-canon.
Canon refers to whether or not it is true in the story.
That it's like, if it's a TV show, if it is present and real and actually happens in the TV show or in the movie or the book or what have you. A non-canon ship can also happen, for those of you who aren't familiar with shipping.
Yes.
Shipping a relationship that does not happen in the actual canon.
Now, a non-canon ship can have sort of interactions that lead people to begin to ship it, but they don't actually establish themselves.
Or it could be that these characters have never even met, but you just think they would be great together. To our next topic, which are kinds of ships.
Yes.
Other than canon, non-canon. Within those, you have some breakdowns. You have crossover ships, where you take someone from one universe and someone from another universe, and you're like, I want these two to be together, I ship it.
A non-canon ship that I've recently come to appreciate is Princess Merida from Brave and Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon.
Another kind of ship would be a crack ship.
This is stuff that really pretty much would never happen, and people just seem to enjoy pushing my buttons by shipping that. The crack ships tend to be people who've never met, who don't interact, or people with just huge age gaps, or especially unusual circumstances. Mortal enemies.
I just thought of a crack crossover ship that I saw on the internet, and I was like, why? Jon Snow from Game of Thrones, and Mulan from the animated Disney movie Mulan.
Honor!
No! 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 No.
Okay.
So the last category is slash ships.
That happens when you have heterosexual characters that you ship together that would not happen in the canon, although, I mean, it could develop. Some popular examples would be Sherlock and Watson from Sherlock.
John Locke.
And Arthur and Merlin from Merlin.
Murder. Also popular are from Supernatural, Destiel, Dean, and Castiel. But within shipping, a lot of people have what are called OTPs, or One True Pairing. This is the ship that you ship above all the other ships in the universe, usually. This ship sails itself.
People disagree on what the parameters of OTP are because the word one implies you can only have one. So some people will say you can only have one OTP in the whole wide world. Some people will say you can only have one OTP per fandom. And other people say you can only have one OTP per character.
And some people say, screw it, I'll have as many OTPs as I want. Some other variations on OTP, ROTPs, which is you want these people to be best friends forever.
An example would be
Troy and Ahmed in the morning. Or Turk and JD from Scrubs.
Classic.
Or Sean and Gus from Psych. Then you get into the idea of Broti-3s. Three people who are best friends forever.
A classic example, Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
Another Broti-3 is Troy and Abed and Annie from Community. Along with shipping comes the idea of fangirling. Feels is short for feelings.
Feels is just the shorthand of explaining the uncontrollable flailing that is happening as you witness.
All the feelings you were having for a person or a relationship or a situation or a show. Something that kind of derives out of that fangirling is the idea of fan fiction. That is exactly what it sounds like. Fan-written fiction about a series or a movie or books or whatever.
I feel like fanfiction kind of gets a bad rap. The reasoning behind reading and or writing fanfiction is that you just enjoy the storyline and the fandom so much that you want more material, so you create it or seek it out and read it. It's worth mentioning that adaptations of already developed stories like Sherlock Holmes, The Legends of Merlin and King Arthur, even Pride and Prejudice, are essentially fanfiction.
They're adaptations from an original story that expand upon it.
If they deviate or expand whatsoever, fanfiction.
So they're popular. It's a popular thing. It just it gets a bad rap.
And I think some of that is justified because many people think of fanfiction as divided into three things. You've got fluff, smut, and alternate universe.
Crossover.
/crossover. Fluff is
maybe a story about how they go to the grocery store together and just shop together and are just sweet. It's just something cute that you want to read and makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
And nothing really serious ever happens in fluff. Now, smut is a bit different.
Smut is essentially word porn. It's just two characters with a simple storyline that leads to them getting it on.
It's for horny teenage virgins.
I have had a terrible time because, I mean, the word shipping is just part of my vocabulary now.
Yeah.
So I will have everyday conversations with really anyone. I ship it, or that's my ship. They're like, what is that? I've explained the word shipping to my mother at least 6 separate times.
Older generations know what it is, but they don't know it as shipping. Like, they wanted Sam and Diane from Cheers to be together, but they didn't call it shipping. So when we say I ship that, I mean, they get it, but they think it's really weird. Okay, guys, well, that is our video on shipping. Please, why don't you guys share some of your OTPs with us in the comments? No ship wars. Put down any questions you have about shipping or funny stories of trying to explain it to anybody. So thanks for watching, you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
We're recording, by the way. This is going in the
Don't waste time!
Talking about
I do what I want.
Go!